Hey, welcome back to A Bit of Bytes. For the next episodes, I wanted to give something a try. Recently, I got to thinking of some of the old games I played as a kid, and I've come to realize that not many people are talking about them. I searched high and low to find some coverage on them, and for the most part, all I could find was eBay auctions and the occasional web article on them. So I felt like this was a good opportunity to go back and play some of those old games, partly for the show and partly to get re-experienced with them. First, we're going to cover a bunch of old LEGO games I had. Let's start off with Lego Island. I remember this game being awesome. The opening cinematic pretty much encompasses what I remember about it. The awesome music, the zany Lego antics, the excitement all around town, it gets you pumped to jump right into the action. So the first place you start at is the main lobby of the Information Center, where you're greeted by the Infomaniac.
Hello! Hola! Welcome! Bienvenue! Konnichiwa! Aloha! How you doing? Yo! And in any language, welcome to Lego Island!
Yeah, I forgot how animated everything was. The main goal is to fill out this scoreboard with the activities of every Lego person you can play as. So you pick a character, drag their picture to wherever you want to start on the map, and holy crap, this didn't age well. At some points it looks like someone made origami out of leftover wallpaper. Also, you're limited to the roads and paths laid out and can't walk around on the grassy areas. So that makes maneuvering around town a little laborious since you tend to run into the invisible edges and come to a screeching halt. Aside from that, I remember everything else pretty fondly. While the graphics are beyond outdated, there's an atmosphere to it. An atmosphere that feels like an inviting amusement park. You get freedom to wander on whatever paths you want on the island, and you never really know what wacky antics will occur.
What's the fastest you've ever driven?
200.
100!
50. Hey, 50 is legal. What's this for?
Littering.
Just playing for a few minutes, you can tell they put a lot of attention into this game. There's racetracks and challenges that require you to get to destinations as fast as you can, and for most of them, they know exactly where to put a distracting roadblock or hazard. The characters are flushed out well too. Just by the way they talk and act, you know their personality instantly.
Now I put the sauce on the dough. Do. Do, re, mi. Ah! It's time to dance, yes? It is for me.
One thing that surprised me was how varied the music was. Every section of the island has specific music that plays. So you'll hear surfer music at the beach, mischievous music at the jail, and the main theme on the main road of town. Then you can find a jukebox that has even more music tracks to listen to, not heard anywhere else in the game.
Mamma and Papa Briccolini will not cook you no linguine. Don't you know we specialize in one thing, that's the pizza pie.
If I had any major gripes with the game, it's that there's not much to it. True, you need to collect the bricks for all the characters, but most of the challenges are either similar or the exact same thing for everyone. There's a bunch of hidden little things to see, but the experience just leaves you wanting more. I don't know, maybe I have higher standards than when I was younger. A kid would probably get weeks of entertainment from a game like this. So, if Lego Island fared well with me today, how does its sequel stack up? Let's talk about Lego Island 2. Right off the bat, you can tell what 4 years in a developer change can do for a game. Lego Island 2, The Brickster's Revenge, now focuses on playing as one character, specifically the pizza delivery dude Pepper. He's finishing up a set of deliveries when he's called in to deliver one more pizza to the Brickster, the villain of the last game. Once you get there and deliver the pizza, the Brickster gets to work on his escape scheme. He melts the lock with his patented Brickster Dragon Breath and escapes in the police chopper that for some reason they haven't relocated yet. Come on, how many times is this guy gonna steal it before you take the hint? He reaches the information center and steals the Constructopedia, the book containing all the build instructions, and tears the pages out, causing all the Lego Island's buildings to dismantle and fly away. Now they need a hero to go collect all the pages and put the Brickster back where he belongs. Mobility in this game has greatly improved from the last one. You can wander anywhere you want on the island and walk over virtually anything, except the train tracks. One of the cool things is that you can leave the island and head to other locations like Castle Island, the desert, and Planet Ogle.
I get it!
In each location, you do several mini-games that award you either a bronze, silver, or gold prize. These games aren't that interesting, and some of them are downright frustrating to complete, either by how long the challenges are or by some of the tedium. The graphics may have improved, but the animation's gotten quite a downgrade. The designers tried to use stock motions during dialogue sequences, making every interaction kinda stale. In the first one, everyone has their own animation sequence, which were high in energy and different every time. LEGO Island 2 feels like everyone started taking Ritalin between games. Also, the timing on some of the music and animation cues are pretty awkward. Like, here's the music when the Brickster summons the Ogle robots. I'm sorry, I don't feel very intimidated right now. Now here's the scene directly following. Oh gee, there's the evil music.
We need a fast-thinking, smart-acting, brave, clean, and reverent hero to save the day. Peppa, what are you doing?
My best.
Okay, I do like that one. I like the idea that he had to stop and really think about it first.
My best.
I think the biggest problem I've run into is the load times. I've tried using this on multiple computers, I've tried using different versions of Windows, but no matter what I try, the load times for this game are horrendous. The worst part about this is that the loading screens come up whenever you need to enter a new environment, which is very often. So it looks like it's time for another rousing game of... How long will this take to finish? And we're off. Alright, steady as she goes. So far, no signs of completion. I hope you all stop by the concession stand, because this is going to be a long one, I can feel it. We've hit the 30-second mark. The anticipation radiates out here in the studio audience. Don't avert your gaze. It could be all over in the blink of an eye. Our record keepers are standing by to record the results. Oh, a screen glitch! Could we be nearing the conclusion? 1 minute, 12 seconds! Outstanding! That's all for this episode. Join us next time when we check in with the timer for Half-Life 2, Episode 3! But in all seriousness, this is a pretty big issue. This is probably what deterred me from finishing the game when I was younger. After so many load screens, you lose interest really quickly. So as much as I really liked LEGO Island 2, I still wouldn't recommend it unless you're really curious about it, or you have something to do during the slow moments. So while we're talking about building block games, I couldn't think of a better segue to talk about one of the other games that I played as a kid, Virtual Knex. This game puts you in the footsteps of a new member of the K-Force. Just as you begin working with them, you find that nearly all of your Knex pieces have been stolen. Suddenly, you get an incoming transmission.
I've captured the Knex Universe Defenders, the K-Force, and I'm using them to build my Master Blaster laser.
This Jabba the Hutt looking thing is the evil Rex Edifice, on a mission to take over the entire galaxy. It's your job to reconstruct the K-Force vehicles, rescue the other K-Force members held captive, and defeat Rex once and for all. I noticed a few similar elements in this game that I found in LEGO Island 1. You get to put your vehicles together, you use those vehicles to finish challenges, there's a quirky comedy to everything.
Hey, would I send you on a mission unless I were positive that relatively sure, unless I thought there was almost a 50-50 chance you'd maybe make it?
But sadly, Virtual Knex fails on many other levels. The building process is particularly long and isn't all that engaging. there's very little freedom to experiment with building. You have to build these vehicles exactly the way the game wants you to, which means going into the instruction manual, looking at the order of the pieces, and connecting the pieces in order. True, LEGO Island asked you to build in a similar fashion, but you didn't have to open up an instruction booklet, and it doesn't take nearly as many pieces to make something. Then when you finish the vehicle, you play a related minigame, but all of them lack creativity or action. The first one's a snake game, the next one's a simple boating game that takes maybe 2 minutes to finish, the third one's a firefighting minigame, fourth is a simple dune buggy evading game, and the final challenge is a helicopter rescue mission. And then after that, the game's over. That's everything. You build 5 vehicles, play 5-week minigames, and you win. There's very little value to buying this game. You're much better off just going out and buying actual Knex pieces instead of buying this. At least with those, you can make other things with them. That's all I have for now. I actually don't own any of my old PC games anymore, so I've been trying to think back and remember them all. I have a few groups of games being shipped out to me, so when they arrive, I'll have quite a few old memories to talk about. So, LEGO City Undercover was recently released. How many of you out there are interested in it? Let me know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon.
Brick by brick, talk by tick, no matter how thin, no matter how thick. Papa told Mama and Laura told Nick, you can move a mountain if you do it brick by brick. Faster than a skateboard, bigger than a bike, louder than a DJ scratching all night. Pedal to the metal, heck a Lego squeal, you're in the driver's seat.
We're sorry, you have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service.